Welcome inside our Flame Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage Studios. No. A day you thought that would never come. Joe Jauch has finally
stumbled back in
the show. I never want to hear anything ever again about me taking a vacation.
Jauch's vacation days are over.
Yeah.
Jauch Talks, he is the man of the people, for the people, with the people, by the people, and he has been gone.
Yeah.
Just thrown out of his routine. You know, Matt Warner's a man of his routine.
Man of my routine.
You're a man of his routine.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I follow his lead, and I try to get really good routines. The vacations throw me out of the routines. You're eating all this stuff.
Yeah. We can tell.
See, now there you go. You got to take a cheap shot.
Yeah.
You got to take a cheap shot.
It was a softball.
Jauch Talk is down right now, and he needs to rally.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on the Twitter machine.
It's true.
He hasn't been on Facebook. People are wondering where he's at, what's going on. It's time to get back into the routine.
Yeah.
And get Jauch Talk needs to come.
First off, though, I don't want to let this go unsaid. Did you not get the memo about the shirts?
They literally do
because
this.
I thought we were all matching today.
If you all are listening to the Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage, then you can head over to YouTube, because we're also, I don't know why you would want to see us, but if you want to see these two, they literally text message and try to put, this is how you tried to put me down.
It's kind of like
a cheap shot.
We should start, it's looking good.
Two gorgeous men.
I'm thinking what we should do,
shirts.
you know how football teams do their uniform reveals? We should start doing a polo reveal each week. Like a video before we release a podcast. Like us walking out of a river, in whatever polo we're wearing. You know, or what. You've seen those ones, right?
Speaking of
where
rivers,
they're in the water, they're in the woods, walking through the tree, something like that. Exactly. Whatever polo we're gonna wear that week.
That's actually a really good idea.
We don't have enough to do around here.
Right.
We have kept the Flame Central podcast afloat since you have been floating on your vacation.
I wish you could have been here.
Did I miss
for
one?
Chad Scott.
What
a blast. That guy's a blast.
That was so much fun. I love coming to work now.
I mean, I didn't watch that one. That's how out of the loop I am.
Oh, he gave you.
No, I got to go back and watch it.
You should, because when he held that mug up,
oh my gosh,
it was something special. When he did your little bit, looking at the camera.
Did he?
No,
powered by Alcova.
No, he didn't do it.
Okay, he maybe the best.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Are you gonna go stand up and go watch right now?
I'm just thankful that he wasn't here, because when I get in my 3-point stance, right there, when I get like that and explode off, that strength coach would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Drive him off the ball.
All right.
Whoa.
We have a great interview with men's soccer player Kyle Garnett. The team just went on a mission trip to Colombia, so that's incredible.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Real
for that.
Colombian coffee.
Yes.
Speaking of coffee, is that like some hazelnut? I just smell some.
I love a little hazelnut in the morning.
Lame.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, compared to the Colombian coffee that we're about to hear about.
Okay.
But first, Darius McGee, Summer League, Indiana
What's going on in
Pacers?
Liberty Sports? I have no clue.
I was a little nervous.
Closed out. So didn't play the
days.
first 3 games. Got in right at the end of the 4th game. Knocked down a 3.
Bang.
Little step back 3. Bang. Looked like the Darius we
Seen
know.
him
The last game was played Sunday evening. He played quite a bit. Scored 10 points. So I'm sure not the summer league he was hoping for, just in terms of playing time. Pacers also were playing a lot of guys early on that were second-year players that had a lot of success last year. It's like, why are they here? They don't need to be here. But that ate into some opportunity. It's just different, though. You watch it, and you just, even though a lot of those guys playing Sunday probably aren't going to end up on an NBA roster. They're going to play professionally somewhere. And you just see the difference. There were moves Darius would do that you're like, oh, in the A-Sun, he's getting space to get that off.
Yeah, he's
But
cooking.
Just the length and the athleticism, you
It's
see
a
it.
different
It's a
level.
different
You
world.
see it. Even without those guys being NBA starters, you still see it. And so, it is tough. He still got, 10 points, a couple of assists. So we'll see what's next for him. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. I know just some player movement recently. Saw Caleb Holmesley signed in Turkey. Had been playing in Russia. He's going to Turkey. So Darius is going to make some really good money, however, wherever he ends up. But for him personally,
the dream is NBA.
Right. And I was just glad that he got that opportunity.
Right.
How frustrating would it be if, he didn't play the first 3 games, if you went the whole summer league and really never got a chance. So good for him to get in there, put some points on the board, and now we'll see what's next for his career.
Right. We'll keep you in the loop with that. Speaking of NBA players, Steph Curry won the
hole-in-one.
Yes, the hole-in-one.
Did you see the last putt?
The last putt for Eagle.
Yes,
to win it. So my great debate question is, should he quit the NBA and join the PGA Tour?
Stop it. Stop it.
You see him get, he got thumped by Patrick Mahomes in the match a few weeks ago. So,
Stop it. Did you know this? I learned this little tidbit while I was on vacation. That a scratch golfer, okay, if you're a scratch golfer, right, that's pretty darn good. Yeah. If you were to play a PGA Pro, you get 18 strokes. That's the difference.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes. That's the difference between playing on a PGA course, like you let's play from the PGA tees on a PGA course, you get 18 strokes as a scratch golfer.
Wow.
Give you an idea. So no,
Steph
he probably, when he hangs it up from playing basketball and the dude goes full time, he is that kind of guy.
You about Jordan too, remember? For a while it was always like Jordan. It's like it's a big
deal. And I think that course that they're playing, they make really, really easy.
And that dude Marty Fish, you know his story? Incredible story. And there's a documentary on Marty Fish. Marty Fish was the guy who was going against, who had the lead, and then he beat him on the last hole. Yeah. Right? And he was in his backswing.
And the guy yelled.
And the guy yelled out, and he shanked his drive.
Did you not see that?
With the lead. He had the lead. He shanks his drive. Right as he's taking it back, some guy yells out. Woo! Yeah, yells out, shanks his drive, and then he ends up making par, and Curry makes eagle. But Marty Fish, the documentary, I haven't watched it yet, but they were talking about it on thing. Unbelievable story. He was an unbelievable tennis player, was playing somebody in the Wimbledon or the finals of Wimbledon, and he had serious anxiety problems.
I have heard of this.
And he never even made it out onto the court. And he had to quit tennis, walk away from it. And it's his story on how he battled over that, and now it's taking up golf.
He's going to have the yips on the course because of that joker yelling during his backswing.
They were not happy about it.
They were,
But I was cheering for Marty a little bit.
After that, I was kind of cheering for him because that was wrong. Like, it is like a party out there, but that was different how that guy yelled in the back. You should have heard the announcers. They were like, "That's a coward right there. That's what cowards do."
They were going
out. They were on him.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Roger Malty, don't play around.
Oh, no. He does not.
All right, let's shift gears and go to the pitch, our conversation with men's soccer player Kyle Garnett. You know that you have a men's soccer player on the Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage when you have this flow. Look at the curls.
You didn't know what you were getting into.
You had no idea what you were getting into.
Emily likes to critique the appearance of every guest we have on.
This is so not true.
It could be a lot worse.
This is not critique. This is great. The curls, I mean, you know how much I pay for the hair that I have in my head right now.
He is
Kyle Garnett.
He is a handsome devil, isn't he? I think that when he's on the pitch, right, and it gets a little hot, and he's got it just enough here, and he starts doing the little flip thing that they do, those soccer players do.
Yeah, in the slow motion video has the sweat that comes off the curl.
Yes, he's sliding, and then
is this getting uncomfortable for you?
All the little Liberty girls up in the stands going, "Oh, he's cute. Oh, he's definitely cute." I have class with him.
Kyle, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What an introduction.
I know.
That's an all-timer.
That was a lot.
That's an all-timer.
You're already doing a great job. Hasn't said a word. Kyle, welcome to the show. Thanks again for coming on. You and the men's soccer team just got back from an amazing mission trip in Colombia. Tell us about what it is, what you guys did, and I'm sure we're going to have a million questions. It just looked incredible.
Yeah, so we went to Medellin, Colombia with a ministry known as Coast to Coal. So they started in 1985 when a man by the name of Marcos, what he goes by now in Colombia, he moved to Medellin in 1985 to teach at a seminary, and he realized I have the opportunity to reach some of the young men in my neighborhoods through the sport of soccer. So he started organizing little soccer leagues and tournaments for people in the neighborhood where he lived to come and play, and this was at the height of Pablo Escobar's kind of
drug cartel.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Not a good man.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of that.
So he was able to, crazy stuff.
Crazy.
But he was able to reach these young men that were being recruited by Pablo Escobar. And
that's risky.
Yeah. It was very brave. Like, the Spirit empowered him in that. And he was able to reach them through sports ministry, through tournaments, things like that, like I said already. and it just grew and grew, and now it's got thousands of kids and
that is awesome.
A league of teams all throughout the city. So God's just totally blessed it. So we were able to go and do clinics. We got to play some games against some local teams. So it was super cool just to do what they do for a week. It was amazing.
Now, a lot of times you get these, and it's like, and there's nothing wrong with going and doing like the sports ministry, right? That's what you guys do. Oh, we played some games, we did whatever. Like I saw a video of you guys like hauling bags. Was it concrete?
It was
like
sand.
This sand.
Yeah.
This wasn't just like, hey, we're gonna
Let's go play some football.
Right, we're gonna go hang out at the resort for a while, and then we'll drop in for a quick 30 minutes with the kids. Like you guys were doing like some serious like labor there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we actually didn't know we were going to be doing that hard of work.
Okay. Well,
that specific day.
Probably didn't want to tell you that
mean,
beforehand.
we knew we.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we're not just playing
We're
soccer.
training too.
We're doing what?
Yeah.
So that was a fun surprise. So right now in Colombia, they still have some kind of turf wars going on, especially up high in the mountains around the city. So there are groups, armed groups, that sometimes just start going at it.
Yeah.
And at times it happens in villages. So people have to pack up and leave. So we actually went to a community that's been displaced because of that conflict.
Okay.
So
Gosh.
I think it was about 2 years ago, something around there. It was a few years ago, and some of the coaches at Costa Cole, they would run up this hill for fitness. They just, go for a run, and they noticed all these shacks started popping up. So they were like, oh, like there's some displaced people here. And then they started seeing kids like kicking a soccer ball around, and they're like, let's build a field here for these kids so we can reach them through the sport of soccer, for the gospel, like these people that have pretty much lost their homes, lost everything. So they started building a field, and we helped them by carrying sandbags to the field from like this one spot that they couldn't get. So we had all like 20 whatever of our guys hauling sandbags for like 3 hours. So it was super hard, but it was really fun to see like the work that we did, and kind of hopefully we can go back in the future and see, when it's finished and be like, man, like that was super cool that we got to play a role in that.
And it makes you a little bit more grateful when you come home that you have this soccer field you can just walk out to, and instead of all the work.
Definitely.
Wow, that's so awesome.
So with you said the ministry started in 1985?
Right.
So now with the ministry starting in 85, and then all these young kids, I'm sure that a lot of people stay in that area, have grown up and are obviously grown men now. Does it become like a church planning kind of deal where there's a lot of different churches through the area, and then those men are teaching the new kids, or is it just soccer leagues?
So basically each practice starts with a devotional. So the coach will give a devotional. So it's kind of like a mini, like it's almost like kind of a mini church in a way.
Service,
church
right.
and a team at the same time. So a ton of the coaches that coach there now, they were saved through it in its early stages. So we got to hear amazing testimonies of guys whose lives were completely changed because they came to Costa Cole, because no other team would let them play, because they're like, it's too dangerous to have you on the team. But Costa Cole was like, come and play with us.
Right.
And then so they met these young men where they were, and now they're coaching and discipling more and more young men. It's just super cool. It's super cool.
Are the conditions pretty rough there, or is it more like, oh, this isn't so bad?
There's like definitely areas that aren't as nice as others. I mean, honestly, it's a lot like all big cities.
Yeah.
Like there are bad areas, there are good areas. There's definitely a role that Marcos had, because he's been there so long, he's so well known, and also so many of the coaches, they've lived there their whole life.
Yeah.
So they're well known too. So they're very comfortable in that environment, and also the cartel is open to Costa Cole having clinics and doing these things for the community, because they recognize that it's good for the community.
Yeah.
So they actually like kind of encourage it in a way.
That's
so
interesting.
that's cool.
Wow, how that's like turned through the years.
Yeah, so it's almost like, it's really cool to see how the Holy Spirit has like protected their ministry in the midst of the dangerous circumstances that these men grew up in.
Did you know that Matt Warner was single-handedly responsible for bringing down El Chapo?
Really?
Yes.
I don't like to talk about it.
was an interesting.
yeah,
So I know you guys were there. Let me just take this one back.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe just got back from vacation again, so he's just still a little
It's really amazing we
loosey-goosey.
kept Joe on track as long as we did there at the start.
So Kyle, I know you guys were there for 8 days, and it might be hard to answer this question, but what was your favorite part or the most moving moment you think from the trip?
Oh, so the best part was, it was Monday. So Monday or Tuesday, it was like the second or third day we were there, and we hiked up a mountain, kind of like a steep hike up to these waterfalls, and we got to like the base of the waterfall where there was a river, and we had a ton of like guys on our team get baptized there.
That's cool.
So that was
Wow, I just got
that was definitely
chills.
the peak.
Yeah.
Like that was the best thing ever. One of my teammates described it like it was like a piece of heaven on earth, just seeing all of our guys profess faith in the Lord, and also in front of strangers, like in front of all these Colombian people, because it was the same day as the town we were in. Like there's a lot of little sectors in the city of Medellin, so we were in a town called Bejo, and it was their Independence Day.
Okay.
So it was almost like their 4th of July.
Yeah, party.
So there were just tons of people at this river, just having fun. And we were sitting there, and we were like, oh, should we like go somewhere more private? So, but one of the Coast to Coast coaches was like, we need to do it here, and all the people need to see.
Yeah.
So that was super cool.
awesome.
That was the coolest day, just seeing all of our
Get
guys.
some good pictures.
And you were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
you were doing some of the
Get some
baptisms,
pictures.
Yeah,
right?
I was.
That's so
that was
neat.
amazing. That like I was so honored that the guys let me be a part of that. That was so cool. But yeah, that was the best day by far. And then
Oh, nice.
everything else was like amazing too. It's just that like
Stood
the
out.
baptisms were just so great.
Do you want to go like into ministry? Is that something that you want to do personally?
Yeah, that's so. My undergrad was in theology and apologetics, and I'm doing a master's in sports chaplaincy now. So
Okay.
basically everything Coast to Coast does is what I would like to do one
Oh,
day.
look at this
That's
guy.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
So that's kind of
I
my
want to
dream.
go on this trip with you sometime.
I
Let's
know.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's
Come
all
along.
take Flame
Take the
Central
ball around the pitch,
podcast
haul some sandbags.
Yeah.
from the
baptism.
waterfalls
Yeah.
in Colombia.
You kidding me? That'd be a blast.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like you always hear about these trips, and then you get back? Is this something where you feel like it changed you guys as a team? Is this something that like and people always try to make it out like, oh, how this now you're gonna win more or whatever. Like forget all that stuff. But just like as a group, for the rest of your lives, you have that. You have those 8 days. Do you feel like that kind of changed you guys?
I definitely think it brought the guys really close. Like just experiencing that, and for a lot of guys that was their first time out of the United States on a mission trip like that. So it was amazing that we all got to experience that together. So it definitely brought us really close, and it definitely showed us a lot that we have to be grateful for, but also how much we have to learn, because just in terms of joy, like just we learned so much from the people there of what it means to follow Christ daily, what it means to lay down your own interests for his, and just things like that. So it's funny because like before we went, everyone was saying like the thing with mission trips is like, oh, how are we going to help the people there and stuff? But really you come back and you're like, man, like they taught me more.
Yeah.
They taught me, I learned more from them than I could ever teach them about. So that was really amazing. So yeah, it definitely brought us really close together that we got to experience that.
That's awesome. Did you guys get to scrimmage against any of these local teams, and did you win? Like, did
We
you
did.
get beat up on a little
We
bit?
did win. We won all the games we played, but it was really cool playing against.
Are they good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. They play very fun style.
Yeah.
It's very,
Chaotic.
not really but very like attacking minded.
Yeah.
So it was cool to play against teams from like another part of the world. Super cool, and we got to share a message with the team before the game, so that was really cool as well. And it was just amazing to see, like, it was just really cool playing against people that we otherwise never would have crossed paths with before. So that was really cool too.
Do you know Jesse and Caleb Sanders, former LU basketball players? Those guys, you should get connected with those guys. They run the ranch out in Texas,
Yeah,
right?
big,
Yeah, that'd be
sports
a great
ranch.
connection for him.
Yeah,
guys.
we'll get you.
Yeah.
Look at
We're
Joe
making
Jauch,
connections.
setting up your future.
Yeah, set up. Yeah, that'd be a great connection.
Yeah.
Great connection.
So
Did you drink real Colombian Coffee.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That was,
yeah, good.
Joe, tell
that
us
was
about
another
the
highlight.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
let's hear
Best
about that. What a
coffee.
great question,
Well, you
Joe.
said you
Best
hadn't
coffee.
slept since you got back, so I assumed that played a role. Yeah, yeah.
The coffee was amazing.
Really?
It was great.
Well,
And
did
I-
you bring some back
I
for us
did,
to put in the
yeah.
Flame
Yeah.
Central
Well, I brought-
podcast mug?
I brought some back from my mom.
Yeah, that's
So-
good.
Okay.
Take care of mom.
Mom.
We
Take care
have
of
a
mom.
lead-in comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of coffee,
Thank you. Go ahead.
we have a mug in front of you.
Yeah.
This is a tradition on the
Where
show.
you can put your real Colombian coffee
That's right.
in and drink that out.
That's right. That's the only mug I would drink Colombian coffee.
That's
Okay.
yours, Kyle. That
Joe.
mug
Oh,
is
thank you.
yours.
Direct him.
It's
Thank
part
you.
of your NIL deal. That's
Oh,
yours.
that's great.
Okay.
Joe's striking
Make sure
deals
you go
left and
tell
right.
academic
Yeah,
or athletics after
whatever,
this that you
Yeah,
got
but
this,
so this is how
this
he's
coffee
gonna
mug.
earn it right here. He's gonna earn it right here.
Okay.
Look into that camera right there and say Flame Central Podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage. Now hit
Okay.
it with a little oomph. Go ahead, you got
All
this.
right,
He's good.
Yeah.
Flame Central Podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage.
Oh,
And he has the point.
that might be our best one.
Yeah.
That might be our
And the
best one.
point, and the point. But okay, so the Colombian coffee. Tell us about that experience. You were in the middle of saying something before these
Oh,
two.
it was just the best coffee I've ever had in my life.
Really?
See that far away
I
look
almost
he
didn't-
gets when he says
Yeah,
coffee?
you can
I
feel, you
started
feel the roast.
reminiscing
You
Yeah, I
can
know.
smell
Yeah.
the roast. You're starting to
Yeah.
smell the
I
roast.
could,
Yeah.
I could smell it, but I almost didn't want to bring any back because I felt like I wouldn't be able to make it as good. But I did anyway.
Yeah.
But it
Did
was
you
really
ever
good.
go down to the cafe there and say, you know what, I'm gonna have the full experience. I'm gonna put the white pants on. I'm gonna go with the white shirt button down. Put the fedora on the
Is that
top
like
of your head.
Cuban?
Is that
more
Cuban?
the Cuban
Put your
look?
cross your legs over like this and real Colombian, and then sip it.
I do
Wave
think
at the
that's
folks as they
Cuban.
do.
Yeah,
I think
I
that
think
that's
you're
Cuban.
Is it?
confused. Yeah.
I think you're in the
that's-
wrong
yeah.
seat.
That's cigars.
Yeah.
That's not
the wrong-
coffee.
that's the wrong
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, Kyle. Gosh, I completely lost my train of thought.
How the Flame soccer team looking this coming year?
Good. I think that this trip was a great way for us to start, like a really good kind of kickstart to our season. Just the experiences we got to share together off the field in Colombia, also on it. It was great. I think that was the best thing. I think something like that is the best thing any team can do together, just because it really aligns your priorities right, especially before a season. So it was great, and I think it'll help us a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Traveling sometimes with people that I love, I actually want to kill them. But I think that that's great that you guys, came together.
We don't send
strong
Emily on
around
mission
it.
trips.
No, I do.
Yeah.
They don't. Joe, he goes on vacations for 2 weeks.
Oh, so
Okay.
yeah.
Who knows
Talk
what.
to me about
What was
vacation.
your favorite food or meal that you had?
Oh, the food was amazing. One of the best things, they have this thing called, it's like an empanada.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
enough said.
Yeah.
those are great. You can get them with all kinds of different
What is that?
things.
What's an
It's
empanada?
kind of like imagine like, calzone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like a Latino version.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
a very
that's
good,
good. That's a good idea.
explanation.
But also smaller, so like you can
Yeah.
hold in your hand.
Yeah.
It's really
And
good.
what's inside of it? Just like cheese and like
Beef
Usually
beef,
not.
beef,
It's like
beef.
chicken, potatoes, rice.
Oh, yeah.
Usually
Yeah.
not
Oh,
cheese though.
And before you
cheese,
eat
yeah.
it, the tradition is empanada.
Empanada.
No, I'm kidding.
That's
I
Italian.
All right, last
That's
question
Italy.
for me.
That's Italy. We've gone to Cuba. We've gone to Italy.
We're traveling the world over here. We still
Colombia.
haven't gotten in the right continent. Yeah. Last question for me. You talked about the cartel, Pablo Escobar. Did you see any of the cocaine hippos? Did you hear about them while you were there? Do you know about this?
I don't know
Wait,
about it.
Kid, I-
what?
Do you know,
Is
do you know
this
about this?
the Liberty
here,
I
Party?
might need a refresher.
Okay. No. This is a true thing.
Matt Warner's not
This
going
is
to
a
talk.
true thing.
He's
I
a company
need a
man.
refresher.
Listen.
He's sipping his coffee. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, is that a cocaine hippo?
Yeah.
What is a
You
cocaine
can get
hippo?
it in your empanada. No. Pablo Escobar. He had like this whole like zoo on his compound.
Tigers.
Crazy
lions.
animals.
Oh
Well,
my
when he got
gosh.
caught,
Yeah.
basically, it just got left, and people like these animals were just left. Well, eventually, some of them like got out, and these hippos found their way to the river, and now they've just like spread like mad, and so now there's hippos that should never have been there, in the rivers in some of the rivers in Colombia, and it's super dangerous.
They're very
People
aggressive.
are out there, they're attacking boats.
Yeah, very
and so like
aggressive.
it's a very dangerous situation, and so they call them the cocaine hippos because
of
they
Pablo
came from
Escobar
Pablo
came up.
Escobar.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought the
I didn't see any.
I thought they
videos.
were like,
I didn't know
I thought
that.
it was a group of people.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
no, I thought they
I
were
thought
like
it was
hiding
like
the cocaine. Or
really
I thought,
fat people who dealt cocaine.
No.
They're known
Okay,
as the cocaine
No.
hippos.
No. All right.
God,
yeah,
you
we
never
can wrap
thought
it.
you were walking into this, did you?
I warned you about this.
Yeah.
You agreed to this.
Yeah.
I did.
Yes.
Do you speak Spanish?
I grew up around the culture. So I grew up in Gainesville, Georgia, which has a high Latino population. So I played soccer there like my whole life growing up. So I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But I did my best. So
Yeah.
I was able to help out to some degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a lot. So our trainer Diego, he speaks
Yeah.
Spanish. We had Elmut
Yeah,
there
Helmut,
as
our
well.
guy.
Helmut,
He was
our
there.
guy,
That was
our
great.
camera
That was
producer.
He's from Colombia.
Oh yeah,
He's
he was.
from
That was
Colombia.
awesome. So we had never met him before.
Yeah.
So that was.
And you're like, who is this? Is this
yeah,
guy
he's a
cocaine
great-
hippo?
yeah.
He's a great guy,
Yeah.
and we were
He
so
killed it.
happy that he was there, and
Yeah.
we got to form a relationship with him. So
He knows about the
Yeah.
hippos.
Yeah, he knows all
Yeah, he does.
He actually owns one.
He might.
Cuánto pesos para tu pantalones?
No.
Okay.
No.
How much
So-
money for your pants?
That's all you know.
That's
I
all I
don't
know.
think that that's
it's the
what
only,
you
it's the
said.
only line I know.
We're not sending
Anything,
to him.
any other funny moment, like a goofy moment from the team, and then we'll let you go, I promise.
goofy moment.
That it will be like an inside joke on the men's soccer team this year that whenever it's said over the
Oh, a
broadcast,
bat
we'll
flew
know.
into our room,
Oh.
and so
Bat in the
This is
room.
interesting.
So-
Bat in the room.
so I wasn't there when this was happening, but one of the guys on the team told me they were just like sitting on the bed, and a bat flies in, and one of them was drinking coffee, and a bat flies right in front of his face and just spills all the coffee on himself like that.
Wow.
Colombian
I wasn't there
Coffee.
for the
Yeah.
bat, but yeah,
Yeah, now you'll
that was
remember
that
that.
was pretty weird. So
Wow.
Columbia's got some bats.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much
Love
for your
it.
work
Yeah.
that you guys
Tear it
did
up on the
over
pitch.
there.
thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Kyle
it.
Garnett. Well, he'll never come on the Flame Center podcast ever again. But this time, it was so.
And be
great
on the
to-
lookout. I know there's going to be a lot of video content still coming out about the
There
trip.
is.
I know. I think
Yes.
Helmut's making a
Yep.
recap video, and we want to
Yeah.
do some stories on maybe you and Luke and stuff. So
Yeah.
really looking forward to
Thanks
that.
for coming on, man.
And if
you
you could
guys.
write a 5-page essay on the cocaine hippos and send it to me, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks so much, Kyle. There's so many great things about playing sports here at Liberty
Yeah.
University. I think that this is one of the coolest things that this athletic department provides is every 4 years a team gets to go on a mission trip. You can just tell how much it impacts these young men and women. What a cool opportunity for them to go out to Colombia. And Kyle was telling us he wants to go back. Like this is it. This trip for him
Yeah.
is not over. He wants to continue to
Make
do
a
work
career
with this
out of it.
missionary
Right.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
potentially.
In Colombia.
Yeah,
So that's exciting.
and again, like I said, like these guys were working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a little tourist thing where it's like you drop off.
We'll
you
get you
know-
some pictures on
Yeah,
the
there are
social
some
media.
there are some
Get
pictures of
some
them
pictures on
hauling
social
these
media.
sandbags and stuff. They're still
Yeah.
out there.
Oh,
like,
we sent a whole
yeah.
film crew. So there'll
Yeah,
be
we'll
like
see.
You said, really?
Yeah, we
Yes.
said, yeah.
You all don't play around.
We don't play around. So yeah,
It's a real
really,
deal.
really, really impressed with this group and all that they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Any good stories?
Well, no,
From-
just speaking of soccer, Jauch
Oh boy.
Jauch did play some soccer back in his day.
Can we talk about why you don't call
Six.
I
No,
played some
you
soccer?
second.
You didn't always refer to yourself in the third person.
I'm
I feel
trying
like
to listen to
with
me.
the rise of the Flame Central podcast,
That's not
you
true.
started doing that
No,
more
that's
and more.
not true. I'm going to go back. I'm going to start bringing it back down. But when my confidence is down because I've been on vacation for 2 weeks.
You're trying to hype yourself up.
So I got to get my mojo back.
Yeah.
So
It's
when
almost
you-
like those first few
when you're-
holes on the golf
yes,
course.
when you're on your
at the
mojo, you
Flames
got to
Athletic.
refer to
What am I
yourself.
doing? That? Is
You
that-
guys love that.
I do.
You posted it.
I know.
Matt
You
Warner,
guys
help
love
it.
it.
Matt Warner made that
I
swing
just-
into a
I
GIF or
just-
GIF,
yeah.
whatever the kids
Yeah,
call it these
I
days.
just love it. I just love it.
Jauch spent a lot of time on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
2nd through 8th grade, played more soccer than football until I was
wow.
a senior in college.
Wow.
Yeah. Vienna United Mid-Atlantic champions.
Oh.
Just by the way.
Flags fly.
Yeah.
I can
Jauch.
feel my confidence building
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Go to your glory
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Confidence builds.
Yeah.
Confidence
Yeah,
builds.
Second
confidence
grade,
builds.
second grade,
Second grade,
second grade.
second grade. Pitch, soccer.
Embellish,
Rec league,
embellish. Yeah.
embellish.
Oh,
it's
man.
beautiful.
But otherwise, it's kind of slow around here,
Yeah.
which is good. I know that we're doing football media week.
Football season comes.
At some point.
At some
That's
point,
the
so
kid.
when does that
that will
happen?
that will be exciting.
We'll let you know.
stuff.
It's not
We'll
yet.
keep you
Not yet.
posted.
We'll get some good shots of us in our suits and all that. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I do have one thing I want to say. We don't have any mailbag this week, but you guys know here on the Flames Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage, we are all about self-improvement.
Yes.
We're all about growth.
Yeah. Growth.
We're all about, this personal, like learning about ourselves.
Yes.
We're lifelong learners, all of that.
when?
What's that word? Inner something.
Yeah.
Inner
Well, I
person.
want
Inner peace.
I want to
Inner
be,
peace.
and we want to be transparent. And so
Where
I want
are
to
you
say,
going with this
And
right
I know
now?
Emily and
There's somebody emailed in criticism
I didn't
about
talk
me.
to Emily about this
Did they
beforehand.
really?
No.
I bet you
no.
have.
Emily, I will defend
No,
you.
No.
Aw, thanks, Joe.
well.
Yuck, talk.
I hadn't cleared this with Emily yet, but I feel like she'll be okay with me sharing this. This past week, we actually diagnosed Emily with a disorder.
Oh, boy.
And I didn't know this existed.
Which one?
So apparently it's called time blindness. And we didn't know this existed, but
She's blinded by
we
time.
watched a video about this girl. Basically, it means you never show up on time.
Right.
You're never aware, like you're never punctual.
Yeah.
And that has a term now. It's called time blindness. And so Emily's been diagnosed, and so now, for me, that made a huge difference, and I feel like now we can address it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I was glad that we were able to get that out of the way. I hope you're okay with me sharing that.
I have something to say.
Because-
this is my argument. Because I'm not making assumptions, but raise your hand at this table if you do all of the laundry, all of the dishes.
Oh, brother. She's been married for 2 weeks, and here we go.
Yeah, there comes a point in a marriage where you stop turning the socks inside out.
Oh,
Man,
no.
What's this, Warren?
Playing
What's
a little
that?
Violin,
What's it?
smallest violin?
World's smallest violin.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
So this is what happens. I'm not
Yeah.
blind to the time.
Yeah.
I know exactly what
Yeah.
time it is and how long it takes.
Time
I was a
blindness.
cross-country runner. If
Yeah.
you didn't show up on
You know
time.
what? Don't. In your
But
in your
what I do
defense.
is, you know what? After work, I know I'm not going to feel like doing all of this laundry and
Yeah.
unloading the dishwasher, so I'm going to try to race and do all of it now. And it just happens to be that I start all of that at 8:10,
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to be at work at 8:30,
We're trying to get her
and
into
it
a
takes
facility.
17
We're
minutes
trying to get her
to
into a
work.
facility to address some of this, but it's,
You know what though? In your defense,
she's got too much laundry.
I am trying my
Dina
best.
Joch would accuse me of time blindness myself.
What? Well, considering
So in
me-
your
yeah,
in your
right.
defense,
That's
in
true.
your
Thank
defense,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
she
true.
ripped me a new one this morning.
Yeah.
Because that's coming vacation. I'm
Yeah.
like all this stuff going on. Then she's like, she let me have it.
We'll leave that
She
awkward.
let me have
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
You think all these people want to sit around and wait on you?
And
I'm
guess
going to
what?
tell
you
her.
were late
I've got,
today.
and
Yeah,
I was
you
5
were
minutes
late.
late. I got time blindness.
Yeah.
I have been a little bit better, and I was early this morning.
You know what?
We're gonna send you off to the cocaine, not
Whoa,
cowboys.
what?
Cocaine
The
hippos.
Cocaine hippos.
Yeah.
I mean, that did not tie into
No.
anything at all. Time blindness.
No.
Hey,
We're
we'll
gonna
work on
send
our
you off.
time blindness together.
Yeah.
We
you go.
we are gonna try, but I
Blind
don't
leading
see.
the blind.
I don't see this getting any
Yeah,
better
no,
at all.
no.
All right, send in your questions, flamecentral@liberty.edu.
Yeah.
You can do questions, comments.
Football's the
criticism.
next big
coming.
thing.
I know.
Right,
Almost
it's
the
the
camp.
next
It's
big
coming.
thing.
Camp's about to start up here.
That's when Joch Talk finds
He
his
shines.
mojo back.
That's when he shines.
Yeah.
We're gonna have so many inside scoops.
Yeah.
It's gonna be unbelievable.
Off of that, we are continuing the Flames Fantasy.
Yes, we forgot about that till last week. Flames Fantasy
Which
League
should-
will continue.
It should be pretty interesting because I have no idea. who's
Right.
on
We're
our
gonna have to
team.
see some camp first.
I gotta see some- Is it just gonna be the three of us, or are we gonna get Rhett McGibbon in this, or anybody else?
We'll
or
have to
what-
I was
see.
thinking Doug, but
No, we'll have to see. It might be the three of us, because I don't know.
Dougie in this thing.
Yeah?
Let Dougie get in
Dougie
the draft.
Fresh?
No, we're not.
Yes.
No, we're not getting Doug. That's not fair to Doug.
the other thing that I can't remember now. Oh gosh.
Media
I don't know.
Day.
I guess just,
Flame
yeah.
Central podcast.
Flame Central,
powered by Alcova
Flame
Mortgage.
Central-
If you're looking to purchase or
Yes.
refinance, and you live in Virginia, North Carolina, big news coming soon down the road.
Oh, really?
Big news coming
Okay.
for Alcova Mortgage.
Okay.
Big news coming.
Okay.
Can't announce it yet, but
Right.
big news
That's
coming.
a good tease.
But if you're looking to purchase or refinance, put on the Google machine Joe Jauch, Jauch, and
Yeah.
bam, we'll take care of you so well. It's all that people end up going. They say that's too easy.
I've been seeing you a lot of 5-star reviews.
5-star
lately.
reviews are
Yeah.
flying all over
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
Folks just happy with their mortgage experience.
Yeah.
Give you a great deal, take great care of you. It'll be a 5-star experience with the folks at Alcova Mortgage.
Wow.
Joe Jauch.
Yeah, there you go. That's
That was one of my best promos a long time. We haven't done a lot of those lately.
I know.
I don't know.
People know all about Joe Jauch. I can't remember what I was going to remind you guys, but again, send in those questions, flamecentral@liberty.edu.
Yeah, let's get the mailbag
And
going
let's
again,
get the
folks.
mailbag going
Folks,
again.
And I got to get back on the Twitter machine.
But a lot of people are on vacation this summer.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
things
it's
get a
time.
little
It's
slower.
back.
We get
Vacations
it.
are over.
We
It's
get
all
it.
business. We're on business trip now.
Oh, that's what I was going to mention.
What?
Joe Jauch, returning from vacation, is actually signing up to do the mile.
When are we doing this,
Oh,
Joe?
just stop it.
Because this is ridiculous,
I put
Joe.
7
Because
pounds
you-
on vacation.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I
7 pounds.
believe-
What do you need? August 1st?
Oh, no chance.
That's like 3 weeks.
Oh,
2 weeks.
I just run it back to when he said he could break 6 in the mile.
I didn't say 6.
Run it back. Yes, you did.
Well,
and then
whatever.
I told you how
10,
many laps it
8:30.
was.
So we're at what? 9 minutes now? Is that right?
No, you said 8.
Climbing.
You said 8.
This
and
needs to happen, Joe.
Lance Bingham goes, no way.
This needs to
No
happen.
way.
Lance said that?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's happening.
See, that's all you needed to do.
That was good.
All right.
That was good.
All you needed to say.
Again, he's just continuing
Yeah, I call him a friend too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
call him a
you
friend.
did.
I did.
Yeah.
Continuing to push the date back.
Yeah.
So I
Don't
think
worry,
I
it'll
won
happen.
this bet.
Coincided with the
For
24
Joe
Olympics.
and Matt, we'll see you right back here next week. Thanks for listening and
See
watching.
ya.